weekend here in Canada. Saturday, yesterday was Good Friday. Tomorrow is Easter Sunday. Well, I hope the Easter Bunny is going to be good to all of you. So I'm here with my co-host Bailey, and we are at Element at 5 King Street East on the glorious corner of King and James in Hamilton. We're looking out at a busy, bustling street. Fire trucks are rushing by. People are on the street. They're out getting ready for their Easter Sunday celebrations. And I have to tell you how excited I am to be back for a third episode of Steeltown Sessions. So I am at the Element Cannabis Superstore here at 5 King Street East in Hamilton, and I am just so hyped to be here. There's so many exciting things happening in Hamilton right now, and the Element store just happens to be at the center of all of it. For those of you in the know, you know we gave away two sets of tickets to see Cardi B this week. And we had some excited people who won these tickets, let me tell you. So first of all, we had Kaylee, and she was so excited when we called her live on air to tell her that she won tickets for her and her sister to go see Cardi B on the 31st. And Jeff as well was so excited to find out that he had won tickets. You know, the great thing about this whole first giveaway for Cardi B is that Cardi B had gone online to jokingly poke Hamilton because Hamilton was the one stop on her worldwide tour, her North American tour, that was not sold out. And you know what? Turns out that it did sell out, and not only did it sell out, it was her favorite stop in Ontario in Canada. And let me tell you, Hamilton, I'm so proud of you, my beautiful, beautiful Hamilton. You not only turned up, you showed up, and you showed up in style. Enough to impress Cardi B to let us know that she thought Hamilton was the shit, that it was the very, very best stop. And I saw all this video and footage of people online at the concert, and I have been so very, very proud of what Hamilton brings to the table, especially when it comes to stuff like this. So you know we are going to be having many giveaways here at Element, and giving tickets away to many different events at on our Steeltown Sessions show. And this was the first of many giveaways, and let me tell you, excitement was high. There were so many people who wanted to win those tickets. But it was Kaylee and Jeff who wound up taking them home. So big shout out to both of them for participating in our very, very first Element Steeltown Sessions giveaway. So Element Cannabis is just a superstore. There are so many amazing things that I love about this shop. Okay, so they have daily specials, which is the first thing. And let me run through some of these daily specials. Today is Saturday, and it's Saturday, and that's when Element puts on its concentrates and its extracts and puts them on sale. Sundays are our Senior Sundays days, and that's exclusive discounts for seniors. And let me tell you, you cannot get better prices than what you're going to find here on a Sunday. Mondays are Munchie Monday. So sorry. My little doggy was there. So this is my co-host. Relax. So Bailey usually doesn't join me on the shows. She is instead, she is the girl behind the scenes, and she gets a little funny sometimes about other animals. Today is a very special episode, though, because I couldn't find a babysitter. Okay, that's okay. So let's get back to the show. Sorry about that. Let's just call that a technical difficulty. Suit my dog. She's got it's okay. I apologize for my rambunctious co-host. Okay, so we were talking about specials. My rambunctious Easter dog. My rambunctious Easter dog. Okay, so we were talking about all the amazing deals available here before Bailey went absolutely insane and decided that she didn't want that dog walking by the window. So for you dog owners out there, do you get where I'm coming from? Sometimes our dogs, beautiful and wonderful as they are, can be a little rambunctious. Okay, so I was telling you about Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays here at Element. So Mondays are Munchy Mondays here at Element, and that's where you can get exclusive deals on let's see, all things munchies, all things edibles. And Tuesdays are our pre-roll Tuesdays, and that's where we have exclusive deals and savings on and Wednesdays are our Weedy Wednesdays, and that's flower deals on premium picks. Thursdays are our tropical Thursdays, tropical Thursdays. And that's where we offer up some amazing deals on oils, creams, and health and wellness products. Fridays is one of my biggest favorite days. And that's our big bag Fridays. And that's where we get bulk deals. You can get bulk deals on high volume ounces. You will not find a better price anywhere in the city, let me tell you. And just on the topic of deals, every single morning, 7 days a week at Element at 5 King Street East here in Hamilton. You can get 20% off anything in the store every day between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. So if you're an early morning shopper, if you like to get on top of things before you start your day, if you love savings, let me tell you, you have to come out here to the Element Cannabis Superstore between 9 and 10 a.m. and you will find savings like you cannot believe. 20% off. That's more than tax. That's more than that little 15% you get anywhere else. Let me tell you, 20% off between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. every single day of the week. Now, if you're worried that Element is going to be closed this Easter Sunday or Easter Monday, guess what? They're open. They're open, and you can come here before you head off to your family events, before you head off to your Easter plans, before you kick off your shoes and put your feet up and binge watch your favorite show on Easter Monday. This is the place to start your day. So, one last little bit of housekeeping that I'd like to talk about. It's the auxiliary products, the bongs, glassware. And let me tell you, most places like this, they will mark up their glassware. They will mark up their trays and their auxiliary products, their rigs, their auxiliary products, and they'll mark them up sometimes as many as 4 times before they hit the shelf. But not here at Element. No, 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 no. They mark it up once. And that's it. And so you will not find a better price for on balls, on glassware, and some of the items they have here are so unique and so beautiful that I'm actually awed by how wonderful they are. There's just like this store has some of the best curation of any shop that I've seen in a long, long time. That's one of the things I like about Element. Not just that they allow me to host my Steel Town sessions from our street level studio here at 5 King Street East. It's really because there is a commitment to the plant, a commitment to quality, a commitment to phenomenal curation. Their staff are so well versed in cannabis and what's hot and what's not, and they are truly on point in their curation of their products. It is a beautiful store. And it is located on the corner of King and James here in Hamilton. It is truly a cannabis tourism destination. And let me tell you, every single city in Canada should have something like Element in their downtown core.
Proudly hosting the Deep Culture Steeled Sessions live show. Join our live recording and podcast. 20% off everything from 9 King Sing the Deep Culture Steel Town
Welcome
Daily.
to
Element Cannabis Superstore, 5 King Street East. Enjoy our daily power hour. 20% off everything. Proudly hosting the Deep Culture Steel Town Sessions
They've
live.
given me the opportunity to come out here and talk culture every single Saturday. We usually do 2 shows a week, always on Saturdays. But we are here and we are talking culture in Canada. So, for those of you who know, for those of you who don't know, the Canna Crawl 420 Festival is coming up, and this is a big deal in Hamilton and in terms of cannabis culture, or just culture here in Canada. They have over 80 exhibitors. There's some wild attractions, non-stop giveaways, food, guest speakers, and more. So for more information, you have to visit www.cannacrawl.ca. And let me tell you, Canna Crawl is coming. It's the 420 Festival with the most, happening on Saturday, April 18th, 2 until 10 p.m. That is going to be a busy week for me because I will be broadcasting live on the Saturday, on the Sunday, and on the Monday, 420, April 20th itself. So I'll be on air for most of Canna Crawl 2 until 10 p.m. on April 18th here at our street level studio at the Element Cannabis Superstore at 5 King Street East in Hamilton, King and James. We are in the heart of the city, and we are going to be an excited participant in Canna Crawl this year. Let me tell you, from the 420X for the 420X festival that is Canna Crawl on the 18th, to all the festivities going on the 19th, Niagara Falls, Hamilton, Toronto, and then, of course, how could we not? How could we not broadcast live on the Stoner holiday to end all Stoner holidays, April 20th, 420. So I'm really excited to be broadcasting 3 consecutive days, April 18th, April 19th, and April 20th here at our street level studio at 5 King Street East in Hamilton. So, have you been into the Element store yet? Because it is beautiful. There are sales on every day, as I mentioned earlier, and the staff are amazing. The curated products available are amazing. You will find what you're looking for. If you are the snootiest connoisseur out there with an eye on quality, very particular about the types of strains you pick up, Element is the place for you. You've got to check it out. So there are some other amazing things happening in the world right now. It's Easter weekend, and Easter weekend means family. It means friends. It means celebration. It means the Easter bunny and church and mass and everything in between. Now, my friend group is planning a friends Easter. So we've been calling it Freester. And we've got about 15 people who are getting together, but actually 20 people who are getting together at my friend Matthew's house to celebrate Friends Easter. And I want to do a big shout out to all my friends for having this amazing idea that we should take some initiative and do something special this Easter weekend. So from Kat, Sophie, Rosie, Rosie, Sophie, Ava, Christina, Matthew, Kristen, Paul, all of my friends who are coming out to celebrate after today's show. Let me tell you, you better all be wearing bunny ears or I'm going to be very disappointed. So, what are you doing this Easter weekend to celebrate Easter? Are you hiding eggs for the kids? Are you hosting a Freester like we are? Are you having a big dinner, inviting all your family over to enjoy ham and perhaps turkey? And are you roasting an Easter bunny? Are you? What are you doing to celebrate the Easter? Do you go to mass on Easter morning? Do you go to church? Easter weekend is a chance for us to celebrate. Is a chance for us to celebrate family and friendship, but it's also an opportunity for us to celebrate God, and that is an amazing thing to see. Um, Good Friday yesterday's was a. I have a Good Friday tradition that I try to uphold every year, and I like to watch Jesus Christ Superstar uh, almost every Easter weekend for the last, I would say, 50 years or so. It was a tradition started by my parents back when I was a little boy. And I love the musical aspect of it. I like the rock and roll aspect of it. And I dig all the songs and the choreography. And let me tell you, one of my favorite movies. If you've not seen it, check it out this Easter weekend. You may find it's exactly what the doctor ordered. So I want to do a big shout out to my very, very good friend Paul. Paul was on the show last week. He picked out the winners of the Cardi B ticket. He was in a slight motor vehicle accident this week. On the same day that Cardi B concert happened. And let me tell you, we were all so worried about him, and I'm so relieved that he is okay. A little worse for wear, a little sore, moving a little slower than he was last week, but it just did my heart so much, so great. It was so good for my heart to know that he was okay, that he was not hurt too badly, and I'm sorry that he got hurt at all. But I am just so grateful that he is okay and able to continue to do the good work that he does. And if it wasn't for Paul, a lot of this stuff wouldn't even be happening. So big shout out to my friend Paul, and I'm glad you're okay. If you're watching, Paul, you better be taking care of yourself. You better have your feet up, and you better be taking it easy because we're all counting on you, buddy. Okay, so for those of you just tuning in, I am broadcasting live from the street level studio at King and James in Hamilton. We have a downtown studio in the window of the Element Cannabis Superstore. And it is always a thrill for me to be here. This is our third episode of Steel Town Sessions, and I'm your host, Cy Williams. I am the long time editor in chief of the long running Canadian culture magazine, High Canada Magazine. We have reached the end of our High Canada Magazine run, issue number 100, our last and final issue. We've been in production for months and months and months, and it'll be coming out this spring at some point. We're going to be releasing it online for sale, back in print after about 24 issues. I think our last printed issue was issue number 72. And then we switched over to digital because I was feeling that my carbon footprint was way bigger than I was. And I was tired of I was tired of feeling like an eco-terrorist and printing off just so many copies of the magazine. We were able to reduce our carbon footprint a little bit with our digital platform, but came to the end of our rope with High Canada Magazine. So we have revamped, we have rethought, and we have launched a brand new set of platforms, including Steel Town Sessions here at Element Cannabis Superstore in downtown Hamilton. We have the upcoming launch and release of our brand new magazine, and this is a culture-driven platform that incorporates cannabis into the overall culture of what we have in Canada. Deep Culture magazine will be available on newsstands probably by summer 2026. We are also going to be retooling and relaunching the High Canada magazine brand. We're going to be releasing quarterly high specials. Our first quarterly high special is going to be a special dedicated to cannabis tourism in all shapes, sizes, and as it continues, we're going to celebrate the cannabis tourism as it continues to evolve in both Canada, the U.S., and of course internationally. Uh, that's going to be exciting. I would like to give big shout outs to the CCTA, that's the Canadian Cannabis Tourism Alliance, who are hosting a giant, and I'm talking giant, 420 celebration in Niagara Falls. They have government involved, they have community support, and they are hosting two events back to back, one on April 19th and then again on April 20th, 420. And they're going to be hosting that event, I believe, at the Old Stone Inn in Niagara Falls. And I am just so happy to hear that the city of Niagara Falls has rolled out the red carpet for this event. It is going to be truly, truly special. And I really commend the CCTA on all the amazing work that it has done to move cannabis tourism forward from their initiatives within initiatives and programming that they have they've been working on with the federal government to get them to acknowledge cannabis tourism, to their awards for recognizing excellence within the Canadian cannabis tourism space. You know, sitting here in the street facing studio, the street level studio at 5 King Street East in Hamilton, sitting here in a window, looking over the downtown core. I'm sitting across from a beautiful park filled with people. Yes, yes, it's raining outside. And yes, it's a little more miserable than we're probably used to. But it's spring in Canada. It has finally come. Yesterday was a beautiful day. People are out on the street, and it shows me that cannabis is has evolved. The cannabis sector has evolved. It is more than it used to be. And to see a store like this prominently, uh, prominently existing on a corner of such a busy intersection. And for me personally, to not be broadcasting out of a back room or a basement or a trailer, for me to be broadcasting live and from a street level studio shows me how far that we have come as not only a sector, but a community, but overall. Um, what do you like most about cannabis tourism? Do you have spots that you would consider to be a cannabis tourism destination? I believe Element to be a cannabis tourism destination. I believe the New Amsterdam Cafe in Vancouver to be a cannabis tourism destination. Shout out to Kales. I believe that the Cannabis Culture Lounge in Vancouver is also a cannabis tourism destination. What other cannabis tourism destinations can you think of? Mention it in the comments below. Let people know what your favorite spot. Do you like the Grow Up Conference? Do you consider that to be a destination? Because I sure do. They have been around for 8 years plus and continually evolving, just like our sector and just like Canadian culture here in Canada. I'm hoping to get Randy Rowe, the CEO and founder of Grow Up, out here on the show to talk about Grow Up before they have their next Grow Up conference in June in Toronto. And that'll be a very exciting chat, I am sure. Next week, we have an exciting set of guests. So let me tell you, there's a few surprises, so I'm not going to release everything. I'm not going to tell you everything. But the one guest that I'm really excited about is Madison Baines, perhaps one of the most interesting people I have met in my journeys as a counterculture publisher. Madison is smart, incredibly beautiful, and incredibly passionate about living life on her own terms. Um, and she's going to be joining us on the show next week. Or I believe she was either a former host or is currently still a host of the Naked News. And she is, without a doubt, one of the most interesting people that I've ever met. So I can't wait to have Madison on the show next week. We also have some other guests, and while I can't tell you today, let me tell you, you're gonna want to tune in and see what we got going.
Let's move.
on.
We got more stops. This one's heavy. Almost there. Push it up.
I have this vision for Steeltown Sessions that we celebrate all of culture, all of Canadian culture, and not just cannabis. Cannabis is at a place in Canada where it is on par with the alcohol industry. It is a part of our culture. It is not. Yes, indeed, it is its own thing, but it has also become integrated in to Canadian culture. And that has made me extremely happy. As someone who has been doing this for 12 years plus, someone who celebrated the people behind the plant and the cannabis sector and community, pre-legalization for 6 years and post-legalization for eight, six, right, 6 and 6. That's 12 years right there. I have seen cannabis and the cannabis sector evolve in such an interesting and unique way, from back alleys and shadow deals and dealers that sit in their living room like the bro or the dude in their bathrobes and measure out their product into little plastic bags to a fully regulated and and amazing business model. And there are cannabis shops in every city, every town across Canada. And I have seen so many of them. Canada produces some of the world's best flower, the best. We are leaders in international EU GMP export for the flower we produce and the products we produce. We are a leader. We have built a mature market here in Canada. And let me tell you, the rest of the world not only sees that, they recognize it, and they have taken some lessons from our mature market. Yes, it the market comes with some problems and some issues, but we are continually fighting and working to make this part of culture, this part of our sector better. And there is a lot of taxation, and that seems to be one of the biggest problems with the Canadian legal cannabis market. Uh, there was a time when it seemed like organized crime was really had control of the cannabis market in Canada, but that is no longer the case. Cannabis has become a thriving, exciting, and very, very regulated part of our world. And while I would like to see the government step back from its heavy-handed approach, perhaps reduce some of the restrictive regulations, especially when it comes to marketing and promotion. Uh, I remember when Bill Blair, do you guys know who Bill Blair is? Hi, Bill. Bill. I know you moved on to other things, but when you originally did your tour around Canada to discuss and recommend policies and regulations for the Canadian market, you did your Canadian tour, but you did say one thing that has stuck with me since, I guess, about 8 years now. And I remember you saying that you were gonna go, you thought that Canada should go in with a tight grip, very heavy regulations, and then over time, you should release and open it up. I think the time has come, Health Canada, federal government, provincial government, for perhaps either release the grip, maybe see about reducing some of the excise taxes, reducing some of the costs, especially the high cost to get involved as a cannabis related business. It's no easy task to open up a store or like an independent, and I have nothing, and I mean nothing but the most respect for people who, like the Elements crew, who have bent over backwards and surpassed so many hurdles to make this happen, to exist within this sector. And I certainly would love to see the Canadian government reciprocate with perhaps some relaxed regulations, some relaxed marketing restrictions. Uh, Maybe, make it a little easier, not that harder for people to get involved. Like, uh, okay, so that's my little rant on government overregulation, and I hope somebody from Health Canada is going to be listening. I'm hoping that we have some members of Parliament who will be able to come on the show and join me and talk about some of these questions I have about why the Canadian cannabis sector is so overregulated and what kind of change we're seeing. Now, there is a group in Ottawa that is continually fighting and lobbying government for change. And that's the CCC, that's the Canadian Cannabis Council. Once run by George Smitherman, who has now moved on to other things, of course. But this group is twice a year they meet. Some of the biggest decision makers in the sector gather in Ottawa. They go into the House of Commons, the Parliament, and they lobby hard to try to get some of these restrictions lessened, so to work for positive change. And much like the CCTA, the Canadian Cannabis Tourism Alliance, they are working tirelessly for change, for a better state of affairs. And I can only hope that if we keep on going and that if people keep on fighting and keep on expressing their displeasure at this overregulation, at this overtaxation, at the way things are, that we can continue to change and make our sector the best sector of all. The best, the best, the best. We're not there yet, but one day we will. Okay, so for those of you just tuning in, my name is Cy Williams. I am the host of Steel Town Sessions here at Element, the Cannabis Superstore, the cannabis tourism destination located at 5 King Street East in Hamilton. And I am looking at a beautiful street full of bustling cars and people. Everybody seems happy regardless of the little bit of rain we have today. It is spring in Canada. It is Easter weekend. It is a time for friends, family, love, Easter bunnies. I remember this commercial when I was growing up. And for the longest time, I believed this commercial. And it was a bunny, and it clucked like a chicken, and it would lay eggs. And as a young kid, I was like, wow, I didn't know that bunnies could lay eggs. Makes sense to me now. I always wondered how a chicken could lay a chocolate egg. Mind you, this is, much younger, more naive Cy Williams. And while I still dream of owning a bunny that lays chocolate eggs, I know it's not going to be reality. But okay, so my whole point is, so what does Easter mean to you? Is it family? Is it food? Is it a chance to kick back over a 4-day weekend and just let your hair down and put your feet up and, smoke some of your favorite stuff, maybe sip some of your favorite drink, maybe eat until you have to undo at least 2 or 3 of your buttons on your pants. Your stomach's all fat from all the food you ate. You're just happy, happy, happy. Or is Easter about celebrating your friends and family? Is it about inviting Grandma Lynn over for ham? Is it about gathering your friends together to celebrate friendship? Is it about seeing your family? Is it about seeing that weird Uncle Fred who always puts some of that gravy on his mashed potatoes in such a weird way, creating a giant volcano of gravy and mashed potatoes? Is it about seeing your mom and dad and bringing the kids out to visit? Is it about long car rides and late nights and family? What does it mean to you? What does Easter mean to you? Please let me know in the comments below. I'm very interested. I believe in God. I'm a very religious person. I don't usually talk about it. Um, but in this strange day and age where Christianity is starting to become frowned upon, and some places in the world outlawed, I feel it's important that I openly declare that I have a lot of faith. I believe in God, and I believe in things like Easter. And Easter is a good chance for people to revitalize their faith, to really examine what is important to them. It's a good chance for you to open your Bible and take a peek through and maybe remember some of the things that you once learned. What does Easter mean to you? Okay, so we are broadcasting live from our street level studio at 5 King Street East in Hamilton. We are at the Element Cannabis Superstore. This is the number one spot in Hamilton. It's your cannabis tourism destination. So many daily deals every single day of the week. Mondays are Munchie Mondays days where you can receive awesome deals on all things edible. Tuesdays are pre-roll bonanza days, and that's where you can get savings and deals on just an amazing plethora of superb cannabis strains in pre-roll format. Wednesdays are Weedy Wednesday deals. Weedy Wednesdays with flower deals on premium picks all day long. Thursdays are our tropical topical Thursdays, and that's deals on oils, creams, and wellness products. Of course, my favorite day of all, and I just like to say it, it's Big Bag Fridays. Give me that big bag. Give me that big bag. Because I love Big Bag Fridays. Bulk deals on high volume ounces. And if you're anything like me and you go through more than a big bag on a daily basis or a weekly basis, Big Bag Fridays are the day for you. Today's Saturday, and it's Easter Saturday, and today is also Shatterdays, and that's amazing deals on concentrates and extracts all day long. Closing out the week, Senior Sundays, and that's exclusive discounts for seniors. But, you know what else? So, every morning between 9 a.m. and 10 p.m., there's an additional 20% off everything in the store. So, if you're an early morning shopper, if you show up here between 9 and 10 a.m., any day of the week, 7 days a week, you will find 20% off everything in the store. Now, if you show up here at 1 minute after 10, you're going to lose out. Yes, there are so many daily deals going on, but a smart shopper knows when to shop, and a smart shopper would know to come in between 9 and 10 a.m. That's what I would do. That's what you should do. That's what we should all do. I'm not saying, oh, I missed it today. It's 4 o'clock. Oh, I'm going to wait till tomorrow. Always amazing deals here at Element. But if you are a shopper on a budget, and you want to maximize your savings, 9 and 10 a.m., Monday to Sunday, 7 days a week. This is the place for you.
Welcome to Element Cannabis Superstore, 5 King Street East. Enjoy our daily power hour, 20% off everything. Proudly hosting the Deep Culture Steel Sessions live show. Join our live recording and podcast. 20% off everything from 9 King Sing the Deep Culture Steel Town Daily.
Okay, so we have an exciting couple of guests that are going to be joining me on the show today. First up, I believe, is John from Royal Oil Rubs. John is a staple in the cannabis sector. He is a spokesperson. He fights to break stigma, and he has been actively working to better our sector for a decade or more. If you are in Hamilton, you absolutely know who John from Royal Rubs is. And then later on in our show, we're going to be joined by the wandering star herself, our Deep Culture Magazine Steel Town Session astrological guru, Vanessa. And she'll be coming in at some point during the show to talk about how the stars align and what we have in store. So absolutely. And so, what do you think? Is it time to give Bailey a treat? I think we should put the bunny ears on her. I'd like to do a big shout out to my friend Derek, who just dropped off some freeze-dried duck liver treats for my little dog. Ooh, let's see. Does she know that I have them? Let's see. Oh, well, hello. What's happening here? So, Bailey, is it treat time? I think it's treat time. Do you think it's treat time? Does Bailey deserve a treat? Have you been a good girl? Yes, you have. I think it's time. Give Bailey some treats. For me to have some coffee. And we're going to talk about all things culture here in Canada. We're currently looking for guests for our Steel Town Session shows. And if you have an interesting story, if you are a business owner in Hamilton, if you are actively involved in culture in any way, shape, or form, if you have a restaurant, if you are like my good friend at the typewriter shop who repairs old typewriters, if you are a concert, a musician, if you have a play, if you have a dance recital, if you have a community event, I want to hear about it. You can email us at deepculturemagazine@gmail.com. Let's talk. I bet you might be an excellent fit for this show. Bailey's had her treats. I have my coffee. You're tuning in to Steel Town Sessions with me, your host, Cy Williams, and we're talking about Easter. Easter is one of my favorite holidays. It's not my favorite holiday, no. It's, if you can guess, my favorite holiday of all is Halloween. Seconded by Christmas, because I like the good vibes and Christmas trees and presents, and of course, Santa. But I love Easter, and I have loved Easter since I was a kid. I love waking up on a Sunday morning and going on egg hunts. And I love going to church and celebrating Easter with my family and friends. I was married for a long time, for 10 years. And the woman I married, her father was a United Church minister. And I remember I was very, very nervous. He had married us, and he had a church in South River, Ontario. And I've always been kind of like this, and I was a little nervous about her dad. And even after he married us, I was still a little bit nervous around her dad. And then one Easter, just going with my family, my wife and my young son, and we were going to the Easter morning. We were going to the Easter morning service. And he was going through his sermon, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, this person popped into the church and they screamed, "He is risen! He is risen!" And everybody kind of stood up and was like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And I was so impressed with Dennis, my father-in-law, for utilizing such cool drama to get to drive his point home to his congregation. And so, as I keep mentioning on the show today, what does Easter mean to you? Now, for somebody like Bailey, Bailey likes the ham. She likes the opportunity to wear her bunny ears. And for me, I like the opportunity to celebrate my friends, my family, to watch the kids play around me, to eat my whole entire face off with a sushi ham. I look forward to things like scalloped potatoes and baked ham and salads. I know that my beautiful sister Kim will be bringing her world famous ambrosia salad to today's Freester celebration, and that's where my friend group, and myself have got together to celebrate everything we like about Easter in a celebration of friendship. And nobody really has to be alone on the holidays, and I really encourage you to pick up that phone and call some of your friends, see if you can get together and celebrate the whole idea and the concept of friendship with your friends. Or you ever talk to your parents or your Uncle Jim or your Aunt Loretta in a long time? Easter is an opportunity to do that. You know, something about the holidays encouraging us to connect with family, friends, and to celebrate all of these things. Hey, you Bailey is my family. And I have two sons that I love dearly. Shout out to my son Elijah. Shout out to my son Sander. Bailey is like my other dog, the furry life partner I didn't know I needed until I realized I had. Bailey just turned 13 years old. Can you believe it? That's an old dog. That is 87 years old and dog years. And I spoiled her. This dog has been to more cannabis grows, more cultivation sites, more processing sites, and more LPs than probably any other canine alive. I love my dog, and she represents everything that is amazing and wonderful in the world. So, Bailey and I are going to be joining our friend group later today, and we're going to be celebrating Freester, which is our friend's Easter celebration. I'd like to also point out that Bailey does like ham, turns out. Anyways, you're just tuning in. I'm rambling on about Easter and friendship and the amazing things that you can do with your families and friends. I am broadcasting live from our street level studio here in Hamilton at 5 King Street East in Hamilton. We are on the corner of King and James, and I am at the Element Cannabis Superstore. I'm not in the back room. I'm not in the basement. I'm not in a trailer. I am in a forward-facing studio looking over a beautiful downtown core, and it is a vibrant city. The Junos were here last week, and let me tell you, brother and sister, how vibrant Hamilton is, how many cultural things are happening in Hamilton. Hamilton, I've long considered it to be the heart of the cannabis sector in Ontario. I know a lot of you are going, oh, you don't know. Toronto's really the place to be. Or you're saying Ottawa, or London, or Kitchener, or Kingston. No, no. I will fight you, I will disagree with you, and I will show you why Hamilton has heart. Hamilton has been the beating heart of the cannabis sector as long as I have been editor-in-chief of Canada's leading cannabis culture magazine. It has culture. It has cannabis culture. It is a hub for music. It is a hub for live music. It is a hub for theater. It is a hub for creative energy. And there is no place like it. Yeah, you may think, oh, Hamilton, Steel Town. It's probably like a Canadian version. Detroit. No, no. It is so many aspects, hidden gems every time you turn around. A beautiful downtown core and some of the best people that you will meet anywhere. So if you've never had an opportunity to come to Hamilton, I thoroughly encourage you to come out. Check out some of the music. Some of the best bands in Canada, from Arkells to the Killing Time Band to Mary Simon and Mississippi Bands. They are all out here in Hamilton. Hamilton is such a hub for culture that the Junos are hosted here. This is the home of the Junos. This is the home of cannabis culture in Canada. And let me tell you, if you've never visited, you are missing out. Sure, you can walk the fancy streets of Queen Street West in Toronto. Sure, you can go to other places like the Ticonderoga Six Nation. Certainly you can. But there is nothing, and I mean nothing, like visiting a cannabis superstore that is also a cannabis tourism destination in the very heart of a big city like Hamilton. Music, art, creativity. And the one thing I really love about Hamilton is they do it, and they do it with passion. Because we do Hamilton, we do it with passion. Anyways, so if you're just tuning in, my name is Cy Williams. I am the host of Steeltown Sessions, live from 5 King Street East here in Hamilton. I'm joined by my co-host, my dog, the fluffy puppy with the bunny ears and the grouch against every other dog in the world, the wonderful Bailey Booba Williams. We are at the Element Cannabis Superstore here in Hamilton, and we are talking about all things culture. We broadcast twice a week, every Saturday, and at least once during the week. Our socials, you can find me personally on Instagram, Cy Canada. I'm also Cy Canada on TikTok. I'm Green Cy, and of course, Cy Williams on Facebook. Our YouTube channel is High Media Inc. We are slowly but surely building up our subscriber base on our Deep Culture Steeltown Sessions YouTube channel. Sadly, they won't let us stream live until we reach at least 50 subscribers. Now, we're approaching 2,000 with our High Media Group. We've just surpassed our 1,200,000 views on our YouTube channel. Makes me so proud. For the longest time, it was my white whale. Relax, little girl. Relax. I am going to try to convince Bailey that instead of growling at every dog that walks by our street level studio window, that instead, perhaps a little duck liver treat will make it a little bit better. I love my name. Anyways, we're broadcasting live from Element Cannabis. It's a superstore located at 5 King Street East Hamilton. My name is Cy Williams, and we're going to stop for a commercial break. I'll catch you in about 5 minutes after the break. Stay lifted.
Welcome to Element Cannabis Superstore, 5 King Street East. Enjoy our daily power hour, 20% off everything. Proudly hosting the Deep Culture Steeltown Sessions.
We got more stops. This one's heavy. Almost there. Push it up.
Of episode 3, Steeltown Sessions. I'm joined by my very, very good friend, John from Royal Oil Rub, an advocate and activist, somebody who's really had a voice within the Canadian cannabis sector, especially here in Hamilton. John, what a pleasure it is to have you on the show. Our 3rd episode of Steeltown Sessions. We are broadcasting live from our street level studio here in the heart of Hamilton at 5 King Street East in Hamilton, at the corner, almost the corner, of King and James. How amazing is this to not be stuck in the back rooms, to not be in the basement, to not be hiding, but to be up front in a street level studio looking over the beautiful downtown core here in Hamilton.
Yeah, right downtown, right Main Street.
John,
Yeah.
you've been a very active advocate and activist when it comes to cannabis, not only in Hamilton, but nationally across Canada.
Yeah.
Okay, tell our audience a little bit more about who you are, what you do, and why you do it.
Well, my name's John. My company is Roy Oil Rub. It's all topicals. That's all I do. It's to help people get off the opiates. Um, I was on there a long time ago with the opiate thing from injuries, and then I started talking to pharmacists about how to use marijuana more medicinally. Developed my pain oils and haven't looked back. And now I'm an advocate like crazy.
So how long do you think you've been actively looking?
This, I've been doing this 10 years now.
10 years, wow.
Before it's legalization, yeah.
Yeah, John is a veteran like myself. He has been on the scene in the Canadian cannabis sector. Um, so that's the why you do it and the what you do. Let's hear a little bit more about Royal Oil Rub. I know it's one of the most beloved products out there in the Canadian cannabis sector. Um, what, what kind of formulations do you have? Or what are your most popular products? And what do people, what's some of the feedback you've received? Because I have seen you from like east to west,
Yeah.
so many events, so active and so such a.
I do a lot of stuff in the community, like Tim Hortons Smile Cookies,
Yeah.
Singing for Mental Health events. Do a lot of public thing, like helping in the community because we're changing all this. We have to get people off the opiates more. And that's why I do my products. I test my products, always research and that they work.
Yeah.
That's why everybody likes my products.
Okay, and I know they do. I'm a huge fan of Royal Oil Rub, and I'm a huge fan of what John does. Um, you've developed quite the voice for activism and advocacy over the last decade that I've known you. A voice for change and a voice breaking constantly challenging stigma. And of course, one of the few companies I know who is actively working to curb the opioid crisis here in Canada. And that must be a frustrating job because I was just talking to some of the staff here at Element Cannabis Superstore here in Hamilton. And I was telling them about a cannabis substitution program that we ran in Surrey and in Langley.
I think it was here in Hamilton too, the heart.
Yeah, no, we weren't involved in the Hamilton one, but I super appreciate anybody who's gonna step up and work it when it comes to cannabis substitution. Um, you know,
I was involved with that for when I was here in Hamilton, the heart reduction.
it is an amazing initiative, and I wish I could see more companies getting involved and stuff like that. We ran the cannabis substitution programs in Langley and Surrey for about 18 months, pre-COVID, and then we had a most unfortunate thing happen. Serp checks came out.
Mm.
We were using high dose edibles, concentrates, and donated products, and we were experiencing an incredible success for people who were trying to get off opioids and maybe try a better option. And I was running into amazing success rates until the first Serp check came out. And the fact that so many marginalized people received $2,000 apiece
Yeah.
without any guidance or support. We experienced the amazing losses in our programs in British Columbia. And I know that cannabis is a great option for people who are trying to find a better way to self-manage, to self-regulate, to self-medicate. And I've always been a big supporter of cannabis substitution programs. You know, like Glenn Wells took over from Neil after he passed out in BC with their cannabis substitution
Yeah,
program.
I am, yeah.
I've been out to his truck on the downtown east side. They have an RV and they service an entire community of some of the, and it is I don't know if you've ever been out to the downtown east side.
Not BC, yeah.
Let me tell you, it is an eye-opening experience to see an entire downtown neighborhood so heavily afflicted. by drug abuse and drug dependency. And I have nothing but the most respect for people like yourself and for people who run the harm reduction program here in Hamilton, and for people like Glenn who continue to keep the dream alive with the cannabis substitution program in Vancouver. So I see you brought a little bag.
Yeah, always carry my products while I'm here seeing you. Always gotta advertise my,
Oh.
show you my wares.
So this, I appreciate that. Well, this is Royal Oil Rub. This is for pain relief 3 to 4 times a day. John, as you know, I suffer from the most horrible carpal tunnel syndrome.
Yeah.
I have my thumbs and my hands are often swollen and a most exquisite type of pain. So, I'm gonna just put a little bit on right now. Oh, it's that sweet, sweet menthol goodness. Is that menthol I smell?
Yeah, cayenne pepper. That's why I'm the only company that you'll see in that color, because the cayenne pepper gives it the color and the extreme heat.
Ooh, oh, I like that. Hey, so John, are you participating in Canacrawl this year?
No, I haven't done too many weed events because once I discovered that I can get into more public events like health and wellness expos, stuff like that, I found I was more useful there.
Okay, so what are your favorite health and wellness expos?
Well, I was a health and wellness women's expo.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah, they were good.
Okay,
Yeah.
did you get a good turnout? Were you
Yeah.
well received?
Always do.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I've been doing them for years. I do any small craft markets, stuff like that.
What are your favorite craft markets? Do you focus on the Hamilton area, or are you like an Ontario driven, like? what's your-
Ontario.
Ontario.
I'll be at Eagles Pass for the 420 event where they're gonna have cars and bikes doing burnouts.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
And you can bring your own car,
Yeah.
a bike to do burnouts. There's cash prizes. One of the big events I'm doing this summer is at the Ghost Town up past up Highway 6.
Oh, Six Nations?
No, Ghost Town. They're gonna have a blues festival and bike fest.
Oh,
days.
that's pretty exciting.
So that's more mainstream. That's where I want
Okay.
to keep going.
Okay. And what are your plans for the spring and summer for yourself and for Royal? Or do you have anything specific? The Ghost Town thing seems awesome.
Yeah.
I would love to watch the cars. It's like a derby or like
Oh, you could bring your own car.
Yeah.
But they're gonna have cars come in.
Okay.
Red Line Exotics, I think
Okay.
they're called.
All right,
From
Red Line
Toronto.
Exotics. Good for you.
Yeah. Might see me in Jamaica. You never know. Yes, I'm always there.
Yeah.
My-
Jamaica is a big part of your life,
Everything,
so to
yeah.
speak.
My products are down in Jamaica also,
Okay.
and I've done events, my own events, Royal Oil Rub Annual in the Grill.
Oh, and I was just gonna ask you where in Negril
Yeah.
where in Jamaica? Negril is a great place.
Yeah.
We're friends with the I&I,
Yeah.
the only dab bar in Negril.
Mhm.
And there is such a vibrant cannabis culture in Negril.
One of my best friends down there was Cloud9.
Oh, I know Cloud9,
Yeah, they do a lot of deliveries or whatever you need.
Wow. So if you're in Jamaica, to our Jamaican viewers, and you're in Negril, know that you can find some of John's products.
Might even see me down there.
If you do see him, make sure you stop and say hi, take a selfie, post it, tag us. Hi Media Inc. or Steeltown Sessions. We would love to see a photo of John in Jamaica. Okay, so what else we have?
One of our new products.
Ooh, personal lubricant may cause euphoric reaction. May cause?
Yeah.
Probably will cause.
I've had a lot of great reaction on that.
Okay.
A lot of ladies from Naked News who do
We
plugs
have
on that.
Madison Baines joining us on the show next
Oh,
week.
yeah?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. And Madison is
And all them, yeah.
Madison is one of my favorite people. She has a voice. She's not afraid to use it. She lives life on her own terms. And I'm really excited to have her on the show next week as a guest. So Madison, if you're watching, we're pretty darn excited, or at least I am. Okay, so amazing product.
Yeah, so one of my other products that I've come out originally is one for skin condition.
Oh, for psoriasis, eczema, and
Shingle.
shingles. I know some people shingles who have shingles, and it's incredibly painful.
Yep. I've had like such great success with that. Such great
Infused
success.
grapeseed oil, milk thistle, chamomile, licorice. I take milk thistle on the daily.
100% now natural.
Wow. Okay. Awesome, John. John, you're just like pulling things out of your magic bag here. This is amazing.
One for anxiety.
Really?
Came out with that during the COVID times.
Yeah, a lot of people are
Yeah.
dealing with some crazy anxiety, being isolated, the crazy times. Certainly.
You can put it directly right on your face, on your feet, behind your ears. Pour some in your tub. If you have like lava rock necklaces, bracelets, you can soak the lava rocks. So
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Oh, so lava rocks must be a porous enough.
Yes, it is. It's
substance.
porous.
Yeah, porous. Okay.
A massage oil, so that's pretty well self-explanatory.
So I would probably mix the massage oil with the personal lubricant for an extra fun time.
Well, the lube will get you going.
Doesn't take much to get me going.
I'll leave it alone.
I would leave that alone too. It's Easter weekend.
Yeah.
I'm feeling the spring air 1000%.
And then one of my new products, it's a sleep aid capsule.
Okay.
So it's coconut oil with honey oil. So you take one, you'll have a nice sleep. You won't wake up high.
Oh, I
And
like
that's my
that.
whole thing is about you don't need to really get high to get some relief.
Okay.
If you take two, you will, but
So that's an amazing product selection. So Royal Oil Rub on Instagram and John.Royal Oil Rub on Facebook. So John, you and I have come through the trenches together. We have fought hard for change. Let's talk about the past, present, and future of cannabis here in Canada. Oh, you know what I just saw before we do that? I saw out of the corner of my eye our wandering star, our favorite astrological guru just walk in the door. That's Vanessa. That is our astrological guru. She'll be joining us on the show right after John. So John, some of the biggest challenges you had to face in the early days, what were some of the hurdles that you found that you had to overcome?
that with my products, I can only stay in the weed, like advertising or I don't know what quite the thing is, like
In the regulatory framework?
yeah, because you couldn't advertise, and now you're a little bit more free to advertise somewhat. Well, one of the events I was supposed to be at, as you know, was the 420 in Niagara Falls.
Oh, yeah, okay, and, they're still doing that this year at the Stone Inn, Old Stone
No,
Inn?
that's the one through Kelly, but the
Oh,
other one that was,
DCSS.
yes, the other one that was at the convention center has had to be canceled because now Meta does not recognize Canada, even though we're legal, and we can't advertise those kind of events.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting,
So,
interesting, okay.
so it's unfortunate that things are going up, still going down.
So that brings us to our next topic, the present. What are some of the challenges or things you like, things you don't like about our sector
Well,
right now, today?
Well, they're cracking down on reserves to stop what they're doing, which they have every legal right to.
It is their sovereign right. Cannabis is a sacred plant. They have every right in the world to do whatever the heck they want with their cannabis sector.
That's what I meant, stores, indigenous stores across Canada.
Yep, I know your product is a very popular one amongst sovereign stores across Canada. I am a believer, as you know, in unity in all aspects, all parts of arts, culture getting together, and coalescing into a unified sector. And that's legacy, sovereign, legal. And that's one of the reasons I invite an assortment of people on my show and talk about it, because we should be fighting to become a unified sector without this division that I see. And yes, there is room for everybody within the Canadian cannabis sector. Okay, so future. What would you like to see the cannabis sector in Canada evolving into? What are some changes? If you were given power tomorrow to make some changes to our Bill C-45, to the cannabis regulations?
Well, they should treat it exactly like they fucking treat alcohol with the fucking advertisement and everything else.
They should.
Like, hang on a second.
Now, we've seen the studies. We know alcohol is carcinogenic. We know that it's not great.
Social problems and everything else. We won't go
Yeah.
into those things, but there's a big difference. Big difference.
Big difference.
And now what you hear in the news that like beer stores and liquor stores are starting to lose business because we're not getting interested in drinking anymore.
I also think that making alcohol readily available at every variety store, gas station around the country,
Wrong.
like,
What can you do the same thing with fucking weed?
you know, I always thought that it was a mistake to put
Yeah.
cannabis under Health Canada's regulations. It should have been ag. It should have been big ag all the time.
And you should have like in Amsterdam where you have cafes where you can sit down and enjoy it just like you would at a bar.
It is one of my biggest beefs that we do not have cannabis consumption lounges yet, where it is a legal product. People are allowed to buy it. It is the most heavily regulated sector in Canada, bar none. And we are still not allowed to gather and consume with our friends. And that's one of
Like
the
you would
things
do at
I'm
a bar.
fighting for.
Yeah.
Like, I know so many people who loved the old style cannabis consumption lounges. And I know so many people who would love to see cannabis consumption lounges come back. That's one of the things I actually love about the uptick in cannabis tourism, where I really believe that groups like the CCTA are fighting.
Kelly, you know very well.
They're working with federal government to write the policies to enable us to have cannabis consumption lounges. And if you're watching this show and you're thinking to yourself, wow, I would love to open and operate a cannabis consumption lounge, I say do it. Don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness later. Set the bar, set the precedent.
Yeah.
We need to have places for people like myself, like John, like my circle, who don't necessarily drink and want to be able to consume with our friends and in a safe place, and not always have to be consuming on the street. And that's one of the things I really love about cannabis beverages. And cannabis beverages are, I think, a way to see cannabis more integrated into things like
But then
concerts.
edibles are different than smoking. It gives you a different effect.
It's true, and I understand there's the smoke-free Ontario, there's all these issues when it comes to smoke. And they worry about carcinogens, but a well-ventilated, consumption lounge, like, do you remember vape, on the lake, on, Lake Shore? Or Planet Paradise?
Paradise, yeah.
Yeah, there's some really great consumption lounges. A good HVAC system, a good ventilation system, and a mindful eye on that sort of thing. You can get around a lot of that. I know in British Columbia, in Mission, BC, there are some outdoor consumption patios have opened up, and they're immensely popular on the BC crowd with cannabis connoisseurs. And these are people who didn't wait for permission. They're gonna ask for forgiveness, and I bet dollars to donuts that they're gonna be grandfathered in. We need to have these sorts of spaces. I would love to see Hamilton take charge and lead by example, and get some really good cannabis consumption lounges or spaces available here.
And as long as they're separate from alcohol spaces, because I know the alcohol people, they want to mix it together. And that's wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah, see, I know it's wrong, on certain levels. I do think, I could see it going that way, and to be honest, it's probably gonna go that way.
Yep.
But if you go, say you went to the
Because they have the money
concert,
to push it that way.
say you went to your favorite sports, team and a game, and you saw two bars, one serving cannabis beverages, one serving alcoholic
Yeah.
beverages. I would be very interested to see the lineup at each and whether or not there would be mix. Whether or not people would mix their cold beer with their cold cannabis drink, or would they just stick to one? I have not seen a lot of people who mix and match like that. I have not seen people downing beer left, right, and center, and then, downing cannabis drinks left, right, and center. It's kind of like, when you go out for an evening, at the drinkers out there. To mix is never the way. If you're gonna be sick, was it beer than liquor, never sicker? You don't really mix it.
Quicker.
And I would imagine the same thing for cannabis drinks. I just know that, the government, they're not fond of open burnt consumption. What they are fond of is cannabis beverages.
Yeah. 'Cause, no, you're not supposed to air or whatever.
It complies with that smoke-free
Yeah.
Ontario. And we had a gentleman on the show last week from Legacy, and they make I believe it should be available at the Element Cannabis Superstore today. If not today, then very soon. And it was an old fashioned. It was called the joint fashion. But what a tasty beverage! What an amazing euphoric effect! And I also know that I'm a 3-drink minimum, or maximum. I can only have 3 cannabis drinks, and I can only usually have 3 beers or 3 shots, 3 of anything usually. 3 joints too at any given time.
That's all day.
All day. See, I do my burst in 3s. Hey, John. What can we what can we expect to see from coming out of your camp over the next little while? You've shown us all the amazing products you have. You're going to be at the Ghost Town
Yep.
event. You're not doing Cannibal, although you should probably stop in and say hi to us.
Always do.
Yeah, that would be very, very awesome.
Or actually, I'll be at the Brentford event at the
Oh, the car show,
Yeah, it's the same
Brampton,
thing.
Brantford Car Show. Make sure you check out the Royal Oil Rub booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, booth. Are you doing Indigenous Cannabis Cup this year?
There isn't.
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's too bad.
that
I know.
was a great event.
It was.
Our
That's where I went a few times there. It was a great event.
shout
We have
out
to get it going again.
Shout out to Tammy Stanhope, who did an amazing job for 5 years.
Yeah.
Putting that together. She was our High Canada Magazine Ontario
We had a
editor.
lot of great bands there.
Great bands.
Oh,
I saw Logan
Aspects.
Logan Dunn.
Logan Stats.
Yeah, Logan Stats. Yeah, I saw him there. I've seen
Reese's.
I've seen some amazing acts there. And that is definitely a part of cannabis tourism in Canada, seeing what these sovereign candidates bring to the table, these events. I know that Six Nations does a lot too, Oshwegan. Have you had the opportunity to go to Pikwakanagan yet? On the lake just outside of Ottawa?
Nope. But
What?
I've been. I was in Quebec at Oka.
Oh, yeah,
a couple
yeah.
times because my products were there too.
Yeah, I like Luca.
Yeah. Nice
Yeah.
place.
Good times and so much to see within the Canadian.
In that area, so
cannabis.
that area, so yeah.
Okay. Well, John, I just want to say thank you for being on the show. It's been amazing to talk with you about the past, present, future of cannabis. One more time for our viewers at home, where can they find you if they're looking for you?
Royal Oil Rub. Instagram and Facebook.
So I'm sure if you Google.
It's down there. You'll see what event I might be at because I'm still applying to some of the ones here, like Food Festival and Festival of Friends.
Oh, Festival of Friends.
Yeah,
I
still
know.
waiting to hear back from them, so
Yeah.
that's where I want to be, mainstream.
John, you will be mainstream, and I really think it's a matter of time. John from Royal Oil Rock, one of my favorite activists and advocates when it comes to cannabis in Canada. And John, like myself, is a big fan of what Hamilton brings. Truly the heart of cannabis in Ontario.
Thank you.
John, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll be right back. We're gonna set up our next guest, and then we'll be back for part 3 of episode 3 of Steel Town Sessions here at Element Cannabis Superstore, 5 King Street East in Hamilton. Just basically on the corner of King and James. Come check us out.
See me in Jamaica.
That's John Jamaican. Again, for our viewers in the grill,
Yes, man.
look for them on.
Yeah.
Thanks, John.
Proudly hosting the Deep Culture Steeled Sessions live show. Join our live recording and podcast. 20% off everything from 9 King Sing the Deep Culture Steel Town Daily.
Let's move. We got more stops. This one's heavy. Almost there. Push it up.
With me, your host, Cy Williams. I'm joined by Wandering Stars. Wandering Star, our astrological guru that we call on for all things astrology, all things in the stars to help us determine our path. We're welcoming Vanessa back on the show. Vanessa is an ongoing guest on the Steel Town Sessions, giving us a little bit of divine guidance as we try to navigate this strange, wonderful world. Vanessa, thank you for coming back on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's
Vanessa, we've been talking all day on the show today about Easter. It's Easter weekend. For me, Easter means friends, family, chickens, and rabbits that lay eggs, candy, chocolate, and this is Easter weekend. What is Easter traditionally meant to you?
Well, I think because I had a non-traditional family, not really celebrating much except, like you said, coming together. Though it should be about friends and a really good meal and loved ones. And I mean, honestly, when I lived in San Francisco, though, that was Easter was the event of the year because that was hunky Jesus contest in the park.
Oh yeah.
And the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, presenting.
I like that. The Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that.
So those were good times. And of course, making crazy Easter hats as we do. We love costumes. So
I had a friend of mine reach out yesterday to say that traffic was blocked because there was a person dragging a cross down the road.
I love it. That's the spirit, eh?
In my life, my Easter tradition every single year since I was a kid was to sit down and watch Jesus Christ Superstar.
I like it.
A musical, it's upbeat, it's got a little bit of an edge to it. I always really dug that one. So that's my Easter tradition.
It's a good one.
And I'm really into the Easter cookies. I have a sweet tooth, I like the size of mine.
Yep.
And yeah, I love this. And I'm here doing a thing in my friendship called Easter, where we're combining all of our friends in one location. We're going to have a big party later today to celebrate friendship. And we honor this. We have nice spring weather finally. Oh boy, was it out? Winter.
It was the longest winter, I think, for everybody.
Astrologically, if you have any insight, which one of these people out here pissed off Mother Nature?
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, at least we are coming out of it. It was long, like it was both weather-wise and metaphorically, and the stars had something to do with that during winter, and there was just that was the energy.
So the stars, this winter was tough. Tough on a lot of people. It was tough on them emotionally. It seemed like people were going through substantial change across the board and struggling with different aspects of life. And I know that Mercury retrograde played a part in that, a little bit.
Yeah.
So from an astrological perspective, what do you think this winter? Like, what
Yeah.
things in the stars kind of led to this?
Well, I mean, because every year we have eclipses, and every year we have Mercury retrogrades multiple times. But this year, it's just first we had Pluto that finally started moving forward into Aquarius, which is where he'll be for a couple decades. And
Okay,
and
be nice to me.
oh, absolutely. But then, but besides that, we had all these planets just gearing into going into signs. Neptune, which changes sign, it's been in the same sign for a while, and it is just into Aries, and will be there until what is it, 2039, I believe. And then you have Saturn, which is signs every 2.5 years. But these two just were going back and forth, back and forth. Uranus, just moving forward into Gemini soon, but was making back and forth with the retrograde. So it's just giving. We got all these little tastes and all these little sneak previews of a whole brand new energy and a new world that's coming. But then we got pulled back. And it was just, just one step forward, 2 steps back, because we're kind of in between. I think a lot of people felt that.
I agree with you. Even myself, I was trying to harness some of that. 2 steps forward, 1 step forward with Steel Town Sessions and with some of the new initiatives that I was trying to harness with. I also felt that for every success I was having 3 mistakes.
Yeah.
And it got a little frustrating. That on top of the like I feel progress is happening, not at the speed that I want it to. And the upside is, like, I believe that having and I pay close attention to the stars. Of course, as the audience knows, I'm always hitting Vanessa up, like a bias astrological. So, what are the stars this week? What's the next period?
Now, and I don't know if people out there have felt this, but everything. Now we have planet Saturn, Neptune, and Aries, and that was one more thing I was just going to say. Neptune at the tail end of Pisces, which is a lot of disassociation and escapism and fog, brain fog, literally. So now, yeah. So now that we're out of that, we still have Neptune and Saturn together, newly in Aries. We have Mars moving into Aries very soon here on the 9th, and then Mars in Aries, every planet has its home sign, which is, your favorite. It's your home, it's your castle, it's where you have unlimited support system, where you feel you can really be yourself, put your feet up. And so that is Mars. Yeah. And Mars in Aries, and Mars, of course, is the planet of, our motivation, our desires, our fighting style, how we handle confrontation, but it's also how we go after what we want. So Mars is in a very good position in Aries, so it's really, I think people might be feeling a little more balanced in their step, and I don't know, after Mercury retrograde, that was a doozy because of Pisces. I feel clearer in the past week.
I too have felt like, since I started the show, last week, and it's only episode 3, I felt clearer, more articulate, and actually way more on point than I have in probably 6 months. And I was wondering how much of that was astrological, just the things kind of being in alignment a little more. And the funny thing is, I think it's only the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Well, and it's interesting too, because we haven't even begun to see how, Saturn will be in Aries for a short while, for a couple of years, but Neptune, is just, but the two of them got together, which they haven't done in a long time, and they haven't been together in Aries in thousands of years. And so,
Really, thousands?
yes,
That's insane. I love that.
I know.
love that. Oh, so what will that mean for the stars and for us?
Oh, well, it's definitely a whole. It literally is, because Aries is this, and it was at 0 Aries, so that is the starting point. It's key in the ignition. We're beginning something completely new, and also I love that Neptune represents. A lot of things. It's, what as a culturally, what we glamorize, what we look up to. It's our pop culture. It's the movies we watch, the music we listen to, but also religion, of course. And so, and speaking of Easter, and it's just, how is Neptune now in this sign of initiation and going first and starting something new going to change the face of organized religion for one and spirituality.
I would love to see that happen. And I'm starting to feel the buzz of excitement that, like I said, I feel like we're right on the precipice of something big happening. And you said this is a good time to take initiative, to
Yes.
start new projects, to start chasing your dreams, perhaps. Oh, I like that.
Especially right now because we have this window, a short window, but all the planets are direct right now, and everything's moving into Aries. Mercury's going to also move into Aries very soon as well.
I'm scared of Mercury. Okay.
And honestly, too,
I think Mercury gets a bad rap.
I think so too because I found with Mercury retrogrades, people usually are like, it got me, and something happened. But I find in my own experience, whenever I've had a real doozy of Mercury retrograde, it's because I was completely going the wrong way, and it's like the universe is like, slow down, stop. If you're not listening, I'm going to give you the cosmic 2x4. And
Okay, yeah, stop you dead in your tracks and send you back the other way.
sometimes we're stubborn, right? I know I am.
I'm very stubborn.
Right?
I get my mind, I set my mind in an idea or a concept, and sometimes I'm too stubborn. And I have had the universe smack me in the forehead with a 2x4 more than once
Yeah.
and send me in a different direction that I've been surprised about, but that direction turns out to be the right direction.
Always. Isn't it funny how that works out?
It is funny how that.
Yeah, not that it's fun when it's happening.
Oh, no. And I'm sure our viewers out there, they recognize this. It's never fun to be in that place, but the universe does have a way of setting you back on the right path.
I 100% believe that, and it's just I think all the planets are our friends. People are afraid of Pluto, people are afraid of Mercury, and it's like, no, they all have a job to do, and they really, really want to do the job to the best of their ability for each of us. And so sometimes that means, hey, this isn't what you asked for, but this is what you need right now.
That's the story of my life right there. I don't always get what I ask for, but I usually get what I need.
Which is great.
Yeah, you know what? It's the way of the world. So, should we anticipate a lot of growth and improvement over the spring season? If people are out there starting new initiatives, and do they feel it's a good time to start new projects or follow new passions?
I definitely think that it is, and I feel like a lot of the energies have supported us percolating and going back to the drawing board throughout the winter and figuring things out. Do I want to just tweak this and go a different direction with it? And now it's the time to put everything into place, and especially after Mercury retrograde, whatever insights or downloads we each got, act on those now. This is a great time.
You've heard it from our astrological gurus' lips to your ears. This is the time to take what you've learned over this harsh winter and apply it, and the time there couldn't be a better time. It's nice that it's aligned with spring too,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
a time of like rebirth and growth. And, the flowers are gonna start blooming, the trees are gonna start with their leaves. And I love seeing when people take that initiative. Timing has to be right.
Yes.
And I'm hearing it right now from my gurus. That timing is right.
Yeah, and it's sort of neat because I've talked to people, they've said, well, I just don't know what it is yet, and that's okay. I think the message, especially with Aries, is just put a foot forward, and that's all you have to do. Get things started. Don't get analysis paralysis, or just
I know a lot of people, including myself. I'm guilty of a Virgo, and I'm guilty of analysis paralysis. I overthink things. I'll stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning stressing about, an article we're writing or a series we're working on. I encountered tremendous paralysis around our heroes and villains issue, around issue 100.
Yeah.
I need my last issue to be perfect. I need it to be sum up everything that I've done in 100 issues in 12 years of my kind of magazine. But I was overthinking it for months. And then I finally hit the point where, okay, just get it done. Finish it. It's a monster. It's a huge final issue. But that led to the creation of the Hive specials, really be doing these high corporate specials. And it led to me partnering up with Katie Six to do Deep Culture magazine. And of course, which led to the creation of Steel
trying something, you know, otherwise we sit with our great ideas. I mean, it's just.
You can have a million great ideas, but unless you implement them or facilitate them or try to act on them, and I know in my heart that timing is everything. But you can get caught up on thoughts,
Oh, yeah.
and you have to wait for timing to be right.
100%. And again, with Aries energy, it's just asking us to just go with it, trust ourselves, trust our gut, and just act on our best instincts. And
So is that indicative of Aries energy overall, or just no?
no, Aries energy overall, I mean, it's the energy, if in the zodiac, it's the baby of, you know, the first breath, you know, and it's just, I'll go first energy. And it's just, you know, where when we're infants, we haven't learned yet, been conditioned to just, you know, think too much or second guess ourselves. So that's what that Aries energy is about.
Oh, okay. So what other signs or stars, star signs are influencing that? You said Aries.
Still have,
Neptune.
yeah, Neptune in Aries. We have Neptune and Saturn in Aries, and Aries season, the sun. Then we're gonna have, you know, Mercury and Mars very quickly joining them. So Aries is dominating the skies for the rest of the month from April.
Okay.
So, and the only thing with that is everything has a flip side. So it's just how you direct the energy. But it's just, we want to act on our good impulses, but not just give in to impulses. And,
Oh, I know about that.
yeah, or you know, people might be a little more confrontational, or if they get that little, or just, you know, try to not get too ahead of ourselves. That's the thing.
Okay, so take the first step. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. Try not to be confrontational. And this is a good time overall, if you could choose a time, to start something new.
That's
To
right.
start something you're passionate about, or a project you maybe spent the winter thinking about or overthinking about.
Exactly, and with Mars is also gonna be talking to a bunch of planets, they're gonna have little coffee talk meetups in the sky, so with Neptune, with Pluto, and then with, of course, Saturn and Mercury, and so Neptune is saying, hey, let's take the first action step toward that vision. Pluto is helping us push past our Plutonian, you know, deeply rooted psychological fear, whatever change that we know we have to.
Oh, I have a fear change. I believe, I want to get this tattooed across my back. Change is the only real constant. And that seems like very indicative of what you're saying.
Yes, yes.
What does Mars energy bring?
Well, Mars is, again, that's what gets us out the door, which gets us out of bed in the morning.
Oh,
to
okay,
do
okay,
things,
okay.
And it's just very, it's, this is what I want and why I want it. It's my motivation. It's my, like, you know, reason, yeah, for getting out of bed. And it's also just how we assert ourselves and how we tackle, you know, things, and how we, again, how we confront as well. So it's depending on the sign.
See, that's kind of, I think that might be one of my favorite analogies there. My dad used to say this thing to me, and he said it's and I guess with some Aries and Neptune thrown in there for good measure.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this. I like this very much. Okay, so we are broadcasting live from the street level studio at 5 King Street East. We are at the Element Cannabis Superstore. This is Steel Town Sessions, and we are talking culture, culture, culture. I'm joined today by the Wandering Star, our astrological guru, Vanessa. And we're, in case you're just tuning in, we've been talking about what the stars hold for you. Joined by my co-host Bailey the Bunny today, who is passed out in the interview chair. Today's episode of Steel Town Sessions is fueled by High Boys. And I have to say, if you haven't tried High Boys, you are missing out. Always available here at the Element Cannabis Superstore. Vanessa, you said that there was one planet in particular that is going to be with us. Influence is going to be with us for the months. Could you elaborate more on that?
Yes, Aries.
Aries, I do
Yeah.
love the Aries.
Yeah, so that's why, again, I mean, the equinox, so that's what they used to celebrate New Year's too, was when the spring equinox was, because it really is more, energetically, that is when we get things started. So I think that's the other thing everyone's like hurry up and wait on these resolutions since New Year's. But
Okay. Yeah, I did not make any New Year's resolutions this year. I was in a funk.
yeah,
Yeah, and I couldn't, I couldn't really wrap my mind around what I wanted. And then I found by mid-March, I started to have all these ideas. And I really felt that that's when almost the sky opened up and I started to have the initiative to, and the dreams to come back and do something. And my analysis paralysis ended, and I've just been feeling this non-stop momentum. And mind you, as far as momentum goes, I feel like I'm doing 30. But I anticipate within a couple of weeks, I'll be doing 60.
Yeah.
And by the end of May, I'll probably be up to a good 88.
well, also too, I mean, you are, as you know, Virgo, and you had a lot of planets in Pisces opposing your essence, your sun, and
Oh,
in their
okay.
final degrees too. So I think that probably that would have been a little bit of an energy drain.
Yeah, I can see that too. What is, just looking forward to May, seems like we have a very energized April, but, have you looked forward to May yet?
I mean, yeah, started to a little bit, but really have still been focusing on the end of this month because of, Uranus in Gemini.
I love the way you say Uranus. I have to tell you, I'm never gonna call it that other word again. Uranus, Uranus, Uranus. So April's a big month for us then.
April's a big month, and of course, then Taurus season starts before the month is over and takes us into May. And
Taurus, that's the bull,
the
right?
bull, and Taurus is great because that is very, it's earthy, grounding energy. I mean, you have 3 earth signs, and it's just, but this is kind of the, and you always have the infancy and childhood version, the teen version, the adult version, and so Taurus is just, I'm in my body. I'm about the 5 senses. I love a good meal. I want it to smell good. Libra will be like, I love food, but I love how it looks. I want to take the Instagram picture,
Yeah,
and Taurus will be like, I just want to taste it in my mouth. And
I'm looking forward to that. I traditionally have not been a real food person,
okay,
but over the last couple of months, I am developing this love affair for taste and for food and really rediscovering what it means to really enjoy food. And I have some friends, Katie Six, an amazing cook. My sister Kim and her husband John, amazing cooks. And I've just started this love affair with taste, with like the sensation of taste. And I hope that the stars align in a way that I can keep that up. And it sounds like Taurus energy. It's might be exactly the thing the doctor ordered to continue to learn to love food a little bit better. See, in maybe a couple of months, I won't be skinny little Cy on the show. I'll be big chubby Cy.
Well, also too, right now we have Venus in Taurus, and Venus will be moving into Gemini later this month. But right now it's in Taurus, and that's my natal placement too. And it's just, again, that's Venus is how we indulge in pleasure, how we enjoy life, and as well as connect with each other. And so over a good meal, for Easter dinner.
Yeah, over some good cannabis or a good drink or a good experience.
Absolutely cannabis, because just that again, the earth and feeling just all that good energy of just how everything was grown and with love.
Oh, with love and intention.
And intention.
Now call me flaky if you want, but I always believe that I can taste the intent.
100%.
And I can taste when there's no intent. And there are some amazing craft producers out there who grow with such tremendous intent, and it's reflective in their end product. And I also feel that with food, when someone makes a meal with intent, you can taste that intent.
Yeah.
You can, if not taste it, sense it. And it's maybe a little more succulent or a little more flavorful. And the same thing can be said for cannabis or even life experiences. I find some of the most poignant times I've had are times that I've gone out with intent. To have a good time.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And definitely, I mean, when they say made with love.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it is, and
Uh-huh. One of, I have a very dear friend, her name is Rosie, and she's a grandma and grandma. And Grandma Lynn always puts these little bags in the back of all the stuff she makes her granddaughter Rosie, and it's always like made with love. And the clothes all resonate so strongly. And Rosie loves them because of the intent put in there.
yeah.
And it's not just the intent of making something for somebody you love, but that little extra step to let her know that her grandma loves her. The intent is there. Well, I'm such a softie, right?
No, I think it's beautiful. That's so sweet,
Yeah.
and we love Rosie too.
Oh, yes, we do. Hi, Rosie. I know you're probably not watching. Don't be watching. Anyways, you're tuning in. We are broadcasting live from our street level studio here at 5 King Street East in Hamilton. We're at the Element Cannabis Superstore on the corner of King and James in Hamilton. We're talking all things culture, and I think we're just about ready to wrap up for the day. If you are looking for some advice or some astrological guidance, Vanessa is such an amazing guru. She's my favorite person to go to. What I have gone to her with so many strange questions about the way things go, and she has never let me down. People were looking for you online, Vanessa. Where would they find you?
Yeah, I'd say start with Wandering Stars Astrology on Instagram. I have a link tree, so
You're on TikTok too, I saw.
yes, I know.
I was so excited to see you on TikTok this week.
Oh, good. Yeah, I need to get that going again.
Okay.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
Wandering Stars Astrology. My dear friend Vanessa, our astrological guru. Um, this has been Steel Town Sessions. I've been your host, Cy Williams. We're here at the Cannabis Superstore known as Element at 5 King Street East in Hamilton. There are so many daily specials. I'm just going to do my wrap up and then we're done. So, every morning between 9 a.m. and 10 p.m., 20% off everything in the store. And there are daily specials here as well. Today is Saturday, which means deals and specials on all things concentrate, oils, shatter, concentrates, extracts. Sundays are senior Sundays where seniors get discounts all day long on just about everything in the store. Mondays are Munchie Mondays with deals on edibles all day. Tuesdays are pre-roll bonanza days with deals on some of the most beautifully curated products and pre-rolls that I have ever seen. And I'm not just saying that because they gave me a street level studio. I'm saying that because I legitimately appreciate what they bring to the table. Wednesdays are their Weedy Wednesdays days, and that's with deals happening all day long and premium flower picks. Thursdays are our topical days with deals and specials on health and wellness products, oils and topicals. And then finally, Fridays, which is my best favorite day of all. That's because I like saying it. It's Big Bag Fridays. Big Bag Fridays has a ring to it, doesn't it? And that's where you find substantial deals on high volume ounces. Every day between 9 to 10 is 20% off everything in the store. And they have Elements here has some of the best ancillary products that I have seen anywhere. And they don't mark it up 4 times here either. They mark it up once. So you will not find a better price anywhere in the Hamilton area, or anywhere else, on things like rates, glasses, trays, papers, and auxiliary products. My name is Cy Williams. I've been your host. This is Steel Town Sessions. This has been episode 3. Thank you, Vanessa. Thanks to John from Royal Oil Rubs who joined us today to talk about the past, present, and future of cannabis in Canada. Don't forget, we are broadcasting live 3 days in a row on the 18th, 19th, and 20th of April. And on behalf of me and Bailey, my little bunny, stay lifted. Bye now.
Proudly hosting the Deep Culture Steeled Sessions live show. Join our live recording and podcast. 20% off everything from 9 King Sing the D Culture Steel Town Daily.
Let's move, we got more stops. This one's heavy. Almost there, push it up.
Welcome to Element Cannabis Superstore, 5 King Street East. Enjoy our daily power hour, 20% off everything. Proudly hosting the Deep Culture Steeltown
Let's move,
Sessions.
we got more stops. This one's heavy. Almost there, push it up.